Hi, this is Dr. Kimberley Linert, author of Visualizing Happiness in Every Area of Your Life and host of this podcast, Incredible Life Creator. Today I have with me Timilehin Adeniji. Hey, Timilehin.
Hi, doctor.
Yeah, and you are calling from, tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Nigeria.
Yeah, so across the way, and it's early in the morning there, like 1 a.m. or something like that, right?
Yes, it's 22 after 1 over
Yeah.
here. AM. Yeah.
So you're very committed. So thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you too for having me on the show
Yes.
today.
So I'm going to go ahead and read your bio so people know who you are. So Timilehin Adeniji is a content strategist and instructional designer. He helps CEOs, founders, NGOs, speakers, and transformational leaders stay visible, attract high value clients, and build authority through a content ecosystem. Timilehin's work covers the full spectrum of content support. He helps leaders write and manage their content, creates digital learning materials such as eBooks and courses, and he manages Amazon book publishing for those ready to expand their authority through books. And Timlin also designs websites that give professionals a credible and impactful online presence. Timlin takes the brilliance of busy leaders and turns it into evergreen assets and systems, from content to books to digital platforms that work for them even when they're not online. So I know a lot of people need help with this. So I'm very
Definitely.
excited to have you on, Timlin, so you can tell us about it. But before that, just so people know who you are, tell us your story, how you started out, how you got into this.
Thank you for the platform. Actually, okay, my name is Timilehin Adeniji once again. So before I get into writing and also into instructional design. So it was at the point in time when after when I graduated from tertiary institutions, and life was so tough then. So because I searched for work, I couldn't find. So um I applied for different jobs whereby I wasn't actually taken. So I applied for teaching job, and fortunately I was accepted over there. So I was granted an opportunity to teach. So for a period of time at that time. So that period of time, it took me 3 years. I worked 3 years in that school. So I teach the K-12 students and others. So I also teach after school. I teach home lessons and many others like that. So ranges from mathematics, English, civic education, basic science, physics, and every other subject that you might think of over there. So during this process, I also applied for a graphic design course. So I applied for a graphic design course. I went for a certification course that time, and I was able to come out with a good grade in that academy. So as a graphic designer, I can also design and something like that. So during this process of time, I discovered my talents and I brushed my skills the more, whereby I applied for certification courses, both on content writing, content marketing, graphic designing, and also many skills that are pertain to that, including automation. So also websites inclusive. So during this process of time, I went into freelancing proper, whereby I got to meet with CEOs, meet with NGOs, and many other industry professionals. So I met with them and I work hand in hand with them. I've worked with people across the world using Upwork, using Fiverr, using LinkedIn. Recently, I just concluded a project with a laundry company there in the US. So I have a lot of people that I've worked with. Part of the NGO I've worked with is AC, HACEY. So HACEY is an NGO organization. So I work with them, create courses for them, and also help manage their website. Also, I have worked with a brand in the US over there, whereby they are promoting health, they are into health of a thing. So company deals with health. So they promote health awareness and many others. So I created their workshops, I created presentations and many others like that. I've worked with communication company in the US before. So everything on a remote. So it's not physical. So on a remote, so many other Amazon platform whereby I help coaches write content. I help coaches write content. I help write their ebook. I help manage their digital learning programs and many of the materials needed to scale and to manage their platforms like that. So during this process of time, I have also encountered challenges actually. So because the challenges I've encountered, it ranges from at the point in time when I was just getting started, I met with clients, I did work for them, and they were not satisfied with that. So that made me to learn one or two more with my skills, things to do, things not to do, including some skills that I do not have before. Part of it is time management. So time management and it is a very cogent skill that freelancer need to have. So so that affected me when I got started. And with time, I brushed it up. And today, I manage time. I manage projects properly. I actually follow timeline so that things will get to work before the time. Because I discovered that not working with time will cost a lot because there was a time like that person needed that project that particular day, but due to one or two, I was just getting started that time and I do not have the materials needed. So the project was late. So I happened to deliver maybe 3 hours late, and the person was was not satisfied with it actually. So he needed to just return the project. He said he's no more in use of that project. So I lost the money and so but during that period of time I've also met clients that was incredible. They were satisfied with what I do after then, and so things have begin to work and work and work in a good way. So let me stop there so that we can move forward. Thank you for the platform.
Yes. So, what do you like most about what you do? Because you went from teaching to doing these, content strategists, ecosystems. Uh, so what do you like most about what you're doing now?
Well, I really like every aspect of what I do. Number one is that um, as a content strategist and instructional design, it pushes me to learn on daily basis, actually, because every day I learn new things, new things, new things, new things. because it's not just my feed now. Because when I was in higher institution, I actually studied science laboratory technology. So so as a content creator, it gives me opportunity to know more about many things, So I love every aspect of what I do, actually. Love every aspect of what I do.
Yeah. So, and you do a lot of different things. So let's just unpack that a little bit because when I was reading your bio, you did so many different things. So let's just start first of all with, you work with CEOs and companies like on their content that they're going to put out. And I know that you can take content and really make it stretch out. So explain
Exactly.
how you're doing that and what you're doing.
Well, talking about content with CEOs, actually, the reason why I work with CEO is because most CEO have a lot on their plate. They have a lot on their plate, actually. So they can't really manage many things at the time. They need to work, they need to have people that work with their content. So me taking content up, there are things I do with content, actually. I do a lot of things with content. So from content, I create ebooks, I create courses. So also from content, um, I do um newsletter. I do many things with content like that, because as a coach, you there are some people that need newsletter, maybe want to do follow-ups and some other things like that, newsletter writing. Also, as for ebook, coaches do have ebook to publish on their platforms, or maybe on their website or on their Amazon, and maybe like BookBub and many others like that. So I create ebook, create courses for coaches. I also do learning materials like workbooks, worksheets, and many other materials. Also workshop content. I also create workshop content for coaches, workshop content and podcast content. There was a period of time where a coach actually reached out to me to turn their podcast into course. So I listened to the podcast and I turned everything into courses for them. So many other things like that I can do with content, actually. Also, I can manage social media for coaches. So I do content management as well. So I create um viral content, whereby I manage their posts on daily basis, on weekly basis, and on monthly basis. So I help them manage their content and create content for them. Also, as a content strategist and creator, I also write SEO content for website. So I write SEO content for website because at times I do website auditing to know what is going on with this website, why is it not ranking, why is it not moving, and some other things like that. So when I do the auditing, I write the SEO content for it. Actually, now as of today, I have every other people that I work hand in hand with. So I work hand in hand with them as a team, because I've been privileged to train people this content of a thing. I've been privileged to train people. So I'm not the only one working again right now. So if I have work, I distribute it to my team. We do it together, manage together, and some other things. I mentioned time management the other time. So this has actually helped me to meet up with deadline
Mhm.
deadline because it's very, very important. So I manage that with team and create some aspect of content. There was even a time that I got a project on Innovaton. Innovaton is actually for all these aviation industries. So the client was from Zurich. So Zurich, and he reached out to me. I created the thing, the course. I created the assignment, everything, and the person ended up came out flying in the course. So he just reached out to me. I was so happy that yeah, with his team they came out flying. They even came first in that competition that time, and many other things like that. So there are spectrum of things that I can do with content, actually depending on the requirement of the the client. So everything like that.
Yeah, and that is so much. Just like you said, so many like coaches and especially small business people, they're trying to do everything themselves. And here you are doing it. You have a team and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time to do all the things you're doing. So for you to take that off someone's plate and just take care of it is amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, so if people were working with you, of course that they have to give you some content to work with. So if someone's gonna hire you and you're gonna do content for them, how much time are they gonna spend giving you content or doing videos or things like that?
Well, the time for like okay, for example, there was a time I actually have a project to create a whiteboard. I don't know if you've had whiteboard. So whiteboard is actually part of content creation. It goes with video as well. So um this person need this project within the range of 14 days. 14 days. So, and I look at the content of this project and I see that it will take me 7 days actually. So, 7 days, I told the person there's no problem in that 14 days. So within the range of that 14 days, I deliver the project on the sixth day. On the sixth day, so the person gets to review it, to check through everything, and he was happy because he was actually expecting the project um in the next 14 days. And I ended up delivering the project on the sixth day. So the timeline for the project depends on the requirement of each project.
Mhm.
It depends on the requirement. It's just like an individual that went to the doctor. So when you get to the doctor got to ask you question. So after the question, the doctor will now prescribe what and what to do, whether the person is going to be admitted or not, or some other things like that. So same with content. It depends on the requirement because the requirements for A might be different from the requirements for B.
Mhm.
So it depends on the requirement actually. So and then it also depends on the kind of things the person needed because at a point in time, coaches might need a lot of content. Because okay, there was a time I created a course. That course, I needed to first of all write the course. So the course, it was 10 chapters. 10 chapters. Yes, it was a technology course, technology management course. About cyber security and some other things like that, like cyber threats, many other topics that I actually address. Also, there was a time I actually handled a course on truck management.
Mhm.
That's I did fleet management course for truck industry. So I did that. So 10 courses at a point in time. After we are done with the content, I created the content with my team. After we are done with the content, we still need to do the presentation. I mean, the slide. We needed to start designing the slide because the reason why I said about the requirement is because after we are done with the creation of the content, the person requested for a presentation, that is slide design. So after then, we now needed to create presentation script all over again from the content. So after the presentation script, from there we sketch out the speaker's notes and many other things to use. So and also for that presentation, we needed to know what image goes with each slide because it is not minimalistic design at that time because talking about presentation, we have a lot of presentation types. So it was not minimalistic design at that time. So it took us time. At least we took us about 30 days to round everything up because it was not a little content because content writing is there, speech creation is there, designing is there, and after the designing, we still needed to upload to their website. So we uploaded everything to their website. After uploading everything to their website, we still need to also design the website. And also, it also comes with requirement as well. We have some learning management system that we have some website that are SCORM compliance, and we have some website that are not SCORM compliance. If it is to be used for teaching and learning. So we needed to just structure it out like that, and um, we are able to come up. I mean, to actually completed everything. Even after we faced challenges, we are able to conquer it, and the client was happy at the long run. So about the time now, it depends on the requirement. Okay, talking about that website as well. I deal with content and designing. So now there was a point in time we had a coach that was actually we were using Slack at that point in time. We use Slack to communicate, also to do one or two things about the project. And the client was also using Google Slide. So I used Google Slide at that time. So this is to tell you that I know how to use all these tools actually. I know how to use all these tools because during the period of time that I've used because I spent close to 7 years, close to 10 years now in the industry. Close to 10 years. So I've been working and working and working since I left the institution. That was the year 2016. Since the year 2016. So yeah, 2016 to now, that's 9 years now. So 9 years. So I've been doing that. And even before then, I've actually been engaging in content actually, but I did not really go into it. So but since then, since that 2016, I've been doing things like this, like this, like this, and I've met with a lot of clients with different requirements. There was a time I worked on member vault. There was a time I worked on Thinkific. There was a time I worked on Kajabi. I worked on WordPress. I've created a lot of content. A lot of content. There was a time there was someone in my team that we also worked together doing Amazon, both Amazon low content, both Amazon ebook, both Amazon promotions, ad setup, and many others like that. We were getting a lot of positive reviews during that period of time. So that was the reason why I said the timeline depends on the requirement, actually. It depends on the requirement. I wouldn't say it will take us 2 days. I wouldn't say it will take us 3 days. Oh, so I can only say that if I have checked through all the requirements for the project, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so I know you're using a lot of different tools and software and things like that. And um, actually, just today I was at a networking event where we were going into breakout rooms and we were asking like, how are you using AI? Things like that, because more AI tools are coming out every
Yes.
day. So how do
Yes.
you keep up with all the tools, and is there certain tools that you use a lot, like, oh, this is making my job easier?
Well, talking about AI is actually taking up the space, I would say. So, but as a content writer, we flow with the way the industry flows. We flow with the way the industry flows. There was a time I once okay, recently I had a client from I had a brand that I worked with, Estella. Estella was the name of the brand. So I worked with them since January. Since January, we ended our contract last month. Last month, that was August. So that means we worked for 8 months together.
Mm,
So I was doing for that brand is that they asked me to actually use ChatGPT for their content. So I use ChatGPT for their content, but I did not give it the way ChatGPT give it. So when I use ChatGPT for content, I rebranded it to human content. It's not just that ChatGPT create content and you just give it like that. No, you recreate it. There are some tools that we can actually use. So after the content is beyond just creation. Actually, there are processes to it. So there are processes. After the creation, you move to the editing. After the editing, you move to the proofreading. After the proofreading, there are copy editing, so many other things like that, depending on the requirement of the buyer. So after that, we needed to ensure that the content is devoid of plagiarism. So because plagiarized content is not good, actually, it's not good. So we ensure that it's devoid of plagiarism. After we ensure that it's devoid of plagiarism, we ensure that it is not um AI content. It's not AI content.
mhm,
So we do a lot of things because there was a time someone in my team worked with a client and the client needed to reject the project. That no, I can't accept it. Why? Because the content looks AI, even though the person did not actually use AI to write the content, but the content use is showing AI 100% AI. We were surprised. No, this content is not supposed to be 100% AI. So, well, the buyer was annoyed that no, I hired you to write for me, not to use AI. So, buyers come with different requirement actually.
mm,
Different requirement. Some clients will say you can use AI for my content. Some clients will say I don't want to see any form of AI in my content.
mhm,
So, but just like I said, we flow as the industry flows.
mm,
Okay, presently now, automation is actually taking space. Automation is taking space, and I have flowed with that. Right now, I am skilled using Airtable. I am skilled using N8N. I'm skilled using Make.com. I am skilled using Notion and Zapier. So we flow as the industry flows because if you are not updated, you will be outdated.
mm.
So we flow as the industry flows. So but talking about the tools I use different tools actually, different tools. So that's what I can say pertaining to that.
So when you're creating websites, I've heard different things. Sometimes you go to a website and it's so pretty, but I've heard that sometimes the simple websites they convert better than the fancy websites. So when you're working with people, what are you advising them to do is in a with their website? Should it look have a lot of things on the front page, or should it just have a few things?
Well, talking about the website, we have different kinds of websites actually. So we have the e-commerce website, we have the coaching website, we have different kinds of website. We have course website. And each of these websites, there are platforms that are very good with each requirement. There are platforms that are good with each requirement. So when we are talking about website, I advise people not to use content to just destroy their website, because if content is too much on a particular page, people will be tired. They'll
Mm,
be tired to read. So fanciful website is good, but it depends on the weight of the website, actually, the weight of the website. But I wouldn't advise that you do a website that will be slow to load.
mm,
So when you have a website that is people get to, and they were able to navigate properly, they were able to navigate through with no issues, you will retain your audience. You will retain your audience. But
mm,
if the UI UX of your website is not good and people are not able to navigate properly, it will affect them. Your audience will not be coming over and over again. So on the front page of your website, the things that should be there should just be basic, like the information about what you are offering.
mm,
Information about what you are offering. Your brand color should be used to design the page.
mm,
And so what you use for your heading should be consistent. What you use for your content body should be consistent. And it shouldn't be a one-way thing. Where you're supposed to have image and text, you shouldn't have only the text. Where you're supposed to have the text, you shouldn't have image and text. So, and things that are supposed to be up should not be done. Things that are supposed to be done should not be up.
mm.
So it's important that the front page should just be basic, the things that people will learn about your website before moving around your website. So that's what I advise.
Yes, thank you. So if people wanted to work with you, this is a point where I'd like to just talk about, how do they find you, where they connect with you, and also just go ahead and name again all the services you have.
Okay, thank you for that opportunity. So actually, as I said earlier, where you can actually connect with me, I'm on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Upwork. Upwork. So that two places are very much consistent, because I use Fiverr as well, but Fiverr is not a consistent platform for me. The reason why I said it's not a consistent platform is because most of the time when I create an account there, their terms of services changes at times, and it got to affect me. And at times you just see a message that your account has been disabled without doing anything. So that platform is not a consistent platform for me. But talking about Upwork,
Mm,
talking about LinkedIn, I am 100% active on those platforms. Also, I have a Facebook. I have a Facebook account as well. So also I'm on X. I'm on X.
mm,
X, that is formerly known as Twitter.
mm,
I'm on X. I'm on X with my brand name, Team World Instructor. So I'm on X. But on this platform that I made mention, on Facebook, Timilehin Adeniji, and on LinkedIn, on Upwork, Timilehin Adeniji. But on Facebook, is John Timmy. So because I bear John as well.
mhm,
So and the short form of Timilehin is just Timmy. So I just use that for my Facebook account,
mhm,
actually. So and my services, there are the service I do content ecosystem. So talking about content ecosystem, it contains every bit of content. For me, it contains every bit of content, from ebook writing to course writing to workshop content to worksheets, workbook, and many things. Also, I do graphic design, so like presentation design, illustration design, because I actually do illustration as well. Do illustration. So I'm into children book.
mhm,
I taught K-12. So I know many things about a children book and advanced book like that. So I create children book, children illustration.
Mhm.
I create quantitative reasoning content and verbal reasoning content, activity book in general. Let me just say activity book in general. So that we publish into Amazon. So I do that. Also, from graphic design to also video creation. I do, as a content writer, you tend to meet those that want to create video. So I do video creation. I do video creation, but I'm not that good in video editing, actually. But I do video creation. So I use Powtoon. I use some other platform like that. I use some other platform. Though I have people doing video editing properly in my team. I
Mhm.
have people doing video editing properly in my
Mhm.
team. So, and we are growing day by day. So, finally under that, I also do website designing. Website designing. I help manage websites, design website, and also to manage content for social media. So those I do. And the new skills that I added to my service is the automation. I do automation using Zapier, using Anything, using Make.com, using Notion and other platforms. So that's that.
Thank you. Well, now I have a personal question for you.
Okay.
What gives you the most happiness and fulfillment in your life at this point? What gives you the most happiness and fulfillment in your life?
Come again. I didn't
Oh,
get
what
that
gives
question
you the
properly.
most happiness and fulfillment in your life right now?
What gives me
Makes you
happiness?
happy right now? Yeah, what's giving you the happiness at this point in your life?
Well, what gives me happiness? Well, what gives me happiness in my service is when I meet client expectations. That is, I help them achieve their aims. They are happy. They are happy because I love to see people happy. When you are happy, I am happy because if those giving me project are not happy, there is no way I will have a returning client. So I am always happy when I meet deadline, when I am able to make others happy, when I have reviewed as wow, the content you created, we love it, and this and this. When I have positive reviews, positive feedback, I am happy. I am happy, honestly. I'm happy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast today and sharing all your gifts and talents with us.
Yeah, thank you too for having me. Thank you for having me on the platform.
So I
Thank
have
you.
one last question before we finish. What is your best advice on living an incredible, amazing life?
Oh, my best advice for living an incredible and amazing life. Number one, I will advise that you are closer to your maker. You are closer to your maker actually, because when you are closer to your maker, he give you guides, give you direction, and also protect you from every form of evil. So be closer to your maker. And when you are closer to your maker, also have um have a a goal that you are pursuing, what you want to achieve and some other things, because there is a saying that says if you don't have a goal, you are a goat. So you need to have a goal where you are going, have a drive. What is driving you? Where what are you what are you driving at? And the last is that you should have a purpose. Have a purpose. You should have a purpose. The purpose of doing what you are doing, what you want to get in return, and some others. And also have people in mind, work with people, because you cannot do it. You need people. You need people to get to where you are going. You need people, because only you cannot walk this journey. There's a saying that says, if you want to move fast, move alone, and if you want to move far, move with people. So let me just leave us.
All right. Thank you so much, Timilehin.
Yeah, thank you too, Doctor.
Yeah, we'll talk to you again
Really,
soon.
yeah, I appreciate you having me on this platform, and I'm grateful. Grateful. Thank you.